How to say thank you in Vietnamese. Learning the words to say thank you in Vietnamese is a helpful and rewarding step to convey your gratitude while in Vietnam. Of equal importance, familiarize yourself with how people convey appreciation in Vietnamese culture. Be sure to work on pronunciation when speaking in Vietnamese, as your pronunciation will affect the meaning of the words you're saying. Method 1: Expressing gratitude in Vietnamese. 1. Say come on. The nearest equivalent to the English phrase thanks in Vietnamese uses the words come and on. These two words together translate literally to the directive to feel favor. Use come on when thanking someone informally. In English, the phrase thank you has the person you are addressing built in, you. In Vietnamese, however, you'll also need to add a word to indicate the person you are addressing. 2. Pronounce come on correctly. Since Vietnamese is a tonal language, pronunciation is extremely important to the meaning of both words and phrases. When you're hoping to say thank you, say come in a broken falling tone, and on in a flat tone. Since it is hard to imagine these sounds from simply reading about them, listen to recordings of the phrase online. When pronounced correctly, come on will sound like gauhm. The auh portion of the first word is sounded out in a rising, then falling voice. 3. Include a personal pronoun. Increase the politeness of your expression by including a personal pronoun corresponding with the person you are addressing. In other words, say, come on, in addition to an appropriate word for you in Vietnamese. Use ba, pronounced ba, when addressing an older woman, and ko, pronounced ko, to address a young girl. Use ong, pronounced ong, to address a man who is older than you, and on, pronounced ong, when thanking a young man. For instance, come on ko means thank you, as you would say it to a young woman. 4. Emphasize your gratitude. Add nhiều lam, pronounced ni, o lum, after saying come on to express especially strong gratitude. This addition indicates the English equivalent of a lot or so much. Accordingly, say, come on nhiều lam, pronounced gauhm ni, o lum, if you're hoping to more strongly convey your gratitude. 5. Say thank you as formally as possible. The Vietnamese language includes another word to help express appreciation in contexts that requires extreme formality and politeness. In particular, the word xin, which translates to ask or even to beg, is placed before come on. Altogether, say xin come on, pronounced like sin gauhm. Method 2: Showing appreciation in Vietnamese culture. 1. Smile when you receive a compliment. Vietnamese culture dictates that smiles are often used to convey appreciation instead of a verbal expression of thanks. Think of a smile as a silent thank you. Modesty is highly respected in Vietnamese culture, and deflecting a compliment with a smile is the best way to express appreciation for a compliment modestly. Similarly, if you pay someone a compliment, do not expect them to express their gratitude verbally. 2. Accept a smile instead of many common phrases. In English, people are often quick to say hello, as well as thank you and sorry in many different contexts. In Vietnamese culture, a smile often takes the place of these phrases. In fact, anyone who is older or in a position of authority will usually not thank younger or subordinate people verbally. Accordingly, do not be offended if you do not receive a verbal thank you for a favor. In particular, do not expect someone who is your parents' age or a teacher to say thank you. Instead, you will likely receive a nod. 3. Use other nonverbal expressions. Other expressions are also used to emphasize statements or replace verbal communication. Some common physical gestures, however, have different connotations in Vietnamese culture. For instance, avoid patting someone's back or pointing while talking, as these actions will be perceived as disrespectful. Similarly, avoid placing your hands in your pocket or on your hips, especially while expressing gratitude. Cross your arms when expressing gratitude. This is considered a sign of respect. 4. Avoid holding eye contact. Eye contact with someone of a greater age or social status may be taken as a challenge. Meanwhile, eye contact with someone of the opposite gender indicates affection or desire. Accordingly, take care not to maintain eye contact with anyone who may misread your expression. In fact, avoiding eye contact is a sign of respect. Since people maintain eye contact when speaking in many other cultures, averting your eyes may be hard to get used to. Practice looking away from a conversation partner's eyes before you go to Vietnam. 5. Say you're welcome. In Vietnamese, the equivalent of the English phrase you're welcome is synonymous with there isn't any problem. Accordingly, say, Con ko gi to say it's nothing or Con ko chi to say you're welcome when someone thanks you. Kong is spoken in a flat tone, while ko is spoken in a rising tone. Con ko chi is pronounced Con ko chi.